We can. We can strive a little bit. We can strive a little bit. End the game. Relax.
Don't fall too fast. You know it's gone. Don't fall too fast. You know it's gone. Don't fall too fast.
Ask yourself what
You know
is
it's
good.
gone.
Different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and
Don't
good.
fall too
Discover what
fast.
suits you to be.
You know it's gone.
Ask yourself what
Don't fall too fast. You know it's gone. Don't fall too fast.
Ask yourself what.
It's gone.
Ask yourself what feels good. Different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and good. And discover what suits you to be that. Look into the what interests and strength and ask yourself what feels good. Different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and good. And
relentless attack.
ask yourself what
Glacier.
feels good.
Unprovoked such snakes.
Different
Wild relentless attack of a snake.
ask yourself
Glacier high level function of eye socket.
different from such and
Like a
mixed
machine loaded
Different
with a
from
roll
others
of
and mine
iron.
and good.
Like a tape.
Ask yourself what feels good. Different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and good. And discover what suits you to be that. Look into the what interests and strength and focus on the energy that usually where to go to line. And describe it. Ask yourself what feels good. Different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and good. And discover what suits you to be that. Look into the what interests and strength and focus on the energy that usually where to go to line. Ask yourself what feels good. Ask yourself. Ask yourself. Ask yourself what feels good. Ask yourself what feels good. Different from such and mixed you. Different from others.
Ask yourself what feels.
Ask yourself what feels good. And different from such and mixed you. Different from others and mine and good. And discover what suits you to be that. Look into the what interests and strength and focus on the energy that usually where to go to line. And describe it with feeling of you. The more things we learn, the more we enjoy. The content we become and the pace and you include the small actions, the meaningful activities that you find important. You're a no-brainer for the spending of the night and time for doing the things that make you feel the part. Hang around with the wrong people for the wrong decision to stay in job. Hate, define the order to maintain the lifestyle to proceed. Following your fad life to feel like you belong. I don't like meeting people in the early mornings and finding a way to schedule all the meetings. Small shit and shifts to contribute to everything for well-being and seeking to feel right, aligned with the values and not necessarily the good, but we have to set in case that base. Always making you feel like an example of discipline for the pragmatic and all the men fulfill your duty for the sport. Loving, enjoyable, hanging up, on a while, good friend. Inviting me over to dinner that I cannot find one good under control circumstances to beat gathering upon many people for the meaningless enemies. Occasions, countless. Friendly face and not happy enough to tell myself that I was doing it for them and enjoyed the night, but felt good supporting a true friend, putting yourself inside the atmosphere for the growth and develop yourself. This improves overall being, confidence. Fatality attracts the like-minded people to us. Writing yourself constantly and growing and learning. Taking back the progress and the impact for the person. To death to you, part commitment and writing yourself for the proven. Complicated living for the joy for the life of the simply understanding the above components and applying them to all aspects. Business, personal growth, your happiness, and the intensity of your feelings. The joy is the river. What happens when we do things from the soul? You can feel it moving. Sometimes we do things without knowing why. before we know why, knowing that we'll never know why.
Ask yourself what feels good, different and such makes you different from others inclined.
Ask yourself what feels good and different and such and makes you different from others inclined and good, and discover what suits you to be that. Look into the what interests, its strength, and focus on the energy that used to where the gold is lying. Indescribable feeling of you. The more things we learn, the more we enjoy. The content we become in your pace, and you include the small actions with the meaningful activities that you can find in recordings. You're a no-brainer for the spending of enlightened time, for doing the things that make you feel apart. Hang around with the wrong people with wrong decisions to stay in job. Hate, define, in order to maintain the lifestyle of prestige. Following your fad life to feel like. Ask yourself what feels good and different and such and makes you different. We deserve to be happy. We must not outsource our self-worth. We have to be the source. Self-worth must derive from the true essence. It shouldn't come from the external elements found in your environment, or outer appearance and fade away just like the hair did. You get bored of the material possessions. You can't manufacture the sense of belonging by using sex, drugs, and alcohol. Surrounding yourself with the real people who love you and love us in return. Becoming selflessness. We must accept that not everything is about us and recognize that we are all this together. We're here to complete, eliminate the feelings the ego, come with the selfishness, anxiety, fear for the feeling that we are not enough. Prioritize self-renewal. We must take time for the busy lives to take care of yourself, engaging in activity, restore the sense of being. Essentially loving yourself. Whether it's having an aromatherapy massage or spending half of the day reading in the public library for the time with cultivated for the attitude, gratitude. This describes being away the state for the abundance and accounting for the blessings of everything that we have. Opposite state, scarcity. We find focus on everything that's missing what's wrong. We can find plenty of evidence to support either state, so we patience and practice and gratitude can be proposed and appreciation with the compliment and competent, capable. We must accept for the imperfections and perfectionism and allows us to be behind the fears and insecurities we have learned wrongly. Vulnerability is weakness, perfection is a strength. Reality, perfection is stiff for the growth of the polarized of the actions. Pushes you to procrastinate once we accept there is no perfection in life. Act freely even if you include your failure, but building on the strength of people for low self-esteem, dwell for the weaknesses. Accentuate, building the lives around the strength. Get most of the joy from doing what good. We don't have enough to do for it. For the curiosity, we're not seriously. Started channeling that into the trade and the reading and the transport. The effect in my life. Expanding your comfort zone and we cannot play the big fish. Little, bone, walking. Fear for the waiting to be on stage. And wherever the fears lie, we can go for the one. Grow exponentially. You can feel the tension, anxiety. Fear for the waiting can go on stage. You have few real bonuses to find that. Night for the comfortable speaking publicly. Becoming much more articulate. Visualizing your visualization of imagining the desired outcome. Process helps you alter neural pathways for the brain that we can find you actually. Or usually. Many times. Playing like the movie. With a little conscious thought. Maybe 48 hours. Never looked or felt better from the opposite. From physically to no match for the 20 source. We deserve to be. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be. We deserve to be. We deserve to be happy.
We deserve to be happy. We must not outsource our self-worth. We have to be the source. Self-worth must.
We deserve to be happy. We must not outsource our self-worth. We have to be the source. Self-worth must derive from the true essence. It shouldn't come from the external elements found in your environment. Outer appearance and fade away just like the hair did. You get bored of the material possessions. You can't manufacture the sense of belonging by using sex, drugs, and alcohol. Surrounding yourself with the real people who love you and love in return. Becoming selflessness. We must accept that not everything is about us and recognize that we are all this together. We're here to complete, eliminate the feelings of ego, come with the selfishness, anxiety, fear for the feeling that we are not enough. Prioritize self-renewal. We must take time for the busy lives to take care of yourself. Engaging in activity, restore the sense of being. Essentially loving yourself. Rather than having aromatherapy massage or spending half of the day reading in the public library for the time to cultivate for the attitude, gratitude. This describes being away the state for the abundance and accounting for the blessings, everything that we have. Opposing the opposite state, scarcity. We found focus on everything to listen what's wrong. We can find plenty of evidence to support either status, so be patient. And practicing gratitude can be produced and appreciation with the compliment and competent. Capable, we must accept the imperfections and perfections and allow us to be behind the fears and insecurities we have learned wrongly. Vulnerability is weakness, perfection is a strength. Reality, perfection is stiff for the growth for the polarized of the actions. Pushes you to procrastinate once we accept there is no perfection in life. Act freely even if you include your failure, but building on the strength of the people for low self-esteem, dwell with the weaknesses. Accentuate, building the lives around the strength. Get most of the joy from doing what good. We don't have much to do for it. For the curiosity, we're not seriously. Started channeling that into the trade and the reading and the transport. The effect in my life. Expanding your comfort zone and we cannot play the big fish. Little, bone, walking. Fear for the waiting to be on stage. And wherever the fears lie, we can go for the one. Grow exponentially. You can feel the tension, anxiety. Fear for the waiting can go on stage. You have a few real bonuses to find that. Night for the comfortable speaking publicly. Becoming much more articulate. Visualizing your visualization of imagining the desired outcome. Process helps you alter neural pathways for the brain that we can find you actually. Or usually. Many times. Playing like the movie. Little conscious thought. Maybe 48 hours. Never looked or felt better from the opposite. From physically to no match for the 20 source of time, feel, deserve, writing, yo, competent and capable and home. And the insights. I would be helping you do the same. We can. Hope you have the same experience as me. All over the heart and languages. The parallels is for all is one. Makes the heart swell. I and I. The doing grows the prophecy. Overwhelms the yet awakens and humiliates the borders. It's like a new era for the heart too painful to put it out. Joy and live your life. We can. We can. We can. We can. You and your creative imagination. Strive a little bit. Drop into the deep spray to be released from the thing called love.
We can. We can. We can. We can.
Although
We can.
these would allow me to get along.
We can.
Move.
We can.
Every man's life to live and move the same way. We're all born.
We can.
Fearless in the pursuit of the passions.
We can.
Auntie.
We can.
Listening to the facet regimen.
We can. We can.
It aches and pains, leaving scars tattooed all over the heart, and language is one of the murmurs and joyful tingling from tears and laughter that makes the heart swell. The doing grows of being and overwhelmed, so the yet awakens and humiliates the borders.
We can.
It's like a new era for the heart, too painful to pull it out and too painful to leave it in.
We can. We can.
You and your creative imagination drop into the deep spray to be released for the thing called love.
We can. Strive a little bit. We can. Strive a little bit.
Although these would allow me to get along and move. Like every man's life to live and move the same way. We're all born.
We can.
Fearless in the pursuit of the passions, rather you're hunting.
We can.
Listening to the facet regimen. The first draft of anything ain't nothing but just shit. With the venture of a job and an interview for the mediocre at best. There's nothing noble in being superior to the fellow man, but true nobility is being superior to the former self.
We can.
An age of the fast and furious with the communicate constantly through the social media. Looking for the Jones, but there's no end to comparing ourselves to our homes and cars and jobs, to dreams and others.
We can.
Never confuse moments with movements with actions.
We can. 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 Strive a little bit. We can. 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 Strive. We can. We can. We can. We can. Strive a little. We can. It's the end of the journey. Your life is too serious, almost too planned. Strive a little bit. We can. We can. We can. Strive a little bit. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. Your life is too serious, almost too planned for something is missing. Play.
We can. Strive a little bit. We can. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. Your life is too serious, almost too planned. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. We can. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. Your life is too serious, almost too planned, but something is missing. Play. Your ability to engage with the world without purpose and lose yourself in whatever you are doing. Though it sounds childish, something may need to incorporate inside of the life and place it spins reality in trains and minds to explore the new roads in this both communal with spiritual practice. We can adopt it in many ways, but there's so many ways to fund laughter, improving the mood and make positive and more radiant, live, and community without words. We tell each other commonality.
We can. We can. Strive a little bit. It's the end of the journey. Your life is too serious, almost too planned for something is missing. Play.
We can strive a little bit. life is too serious, I'm too planned for something is missing. Play. Your ability to engage with the worlds without purpose and lose yourself in whatever you're doing. Though it sounds childish, something you may need to incorporate inside of the life and place it spins reality and trains and minds to explore the new worlds and both communal with spiritual practice. We can adopt it in many ways, but there's so many ways to fund laughter, improving the mood and make positive and more radiant, alive and freedom is a man's natural state. Without words, we tell each other. String your time knowledge, perhaps longer to laugh more than that. Your coming and going. You never cut the string in two, and when people don't cut that. The ultimate goal is to human beings to being free, but yet allow ourselves to be clean for every enslavement impossible. Removing those shackles. Got to those days when you were free of guilt, free of worry, born free. In the state we must return. Especially when dancing he could communicate to the language we're not given, including words, but yet the message was so beautiful and simple, diverse. True joy doesn't come from things, but from the realization that we are here and experiencing every moment of life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the way that we can be in touch with true selves and say that we are living and meaningful. Never to be unforgivable when life is changing. Be inspired through your spirit.